The king. The king of kings.
I know it's recording that.
There is only one. Time to play the game.
Don't mind the faces, everybody. Hi, it's Davey G here, and I'm bringing you a WrestleMania preview show. As you can see, I've got the wrestling replica belts on and around me, and you may be able to see up there I've got some wrestling framed pictures. I was going to say posters then because I'm an idiot. So yeah, I've got Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Undertaker. And yeah, they're in a perfect position, especially for this year's WrestleMania. So, let's get straight into it, shall we? And we'll run down the card from bottom to top. We all know that Rock and Cena will probably main event. So, let's get to it. First match for the card, is the Divas Champ Beth Phoenix and Eve Torres against Kelly and Maria. I don't even know how to say the last name, so I'm not gonna. Basically, this is sort of a filler match. They need a Divas match on the card, obviously, because they don't want to piss off the Divas and not put them on the card, because everyone wants a WrestleMania paycheck, whether you're a superstar or a diva. Not much else more to say about it, being as there's a non-wrestling personnel in the match. I'm going to go with Kelly and Maria, because I don't see them losing to Eve and Beth Phoenix, even though Beth Phoenix is the Divas champ and they should actually give her a Divas title match. That's the way I see it. In layman's terms, if that opens the show, I'm going to be screwed, because that was going to be the piss break. So yeah, we'll move on to Team Laurinaitis versus Team Teddy Long. So you've got David Otunga, Dolph Ziggler, Jack Swagger, Mark Henry, Miz, and Drew McIntyre versus Santino Marella, Great Khali, Zack Ryder, Kofi Kingston, R-Truth, and Booker T. There was rumors that the last spot for Team Long was going to go to Mick Foley. Clearly, because the internet spoiled that, they changed their mind and chucked Booker T in there. Nobody knew Booker T was going to be on the team. So, but I suppose it's for better. Mick Foley is a great wrestler, but in terms of the people in the match, he probably wouldn't mesh well with them. Booker T is a better fit. His feud with Cody Rhodes, I think it was in the summer for the IC title, was pretty good, so be interesting to see how he does in his WrestleMania return. It's quite a random group of people for both teams. Otunga, I do not buy as a viable captain. He thinks he's top shit. He's not. In fact, he's pretty much a waste of airtime for me. If anyone on that team deserved to be captain, it would either be The Miz or Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler knows and can prove he can main event, and Miz has been WWE champion before. I knew Miz would be on Team Laurinaitis because they hadn't given him a WrestleMania match, and he main evented last year. You can't go from main eventing to not being on the card. It makes no sense. Mark Henry is obviously the muscle for the team. Swagger is the amateur wrestler for the team. Swagger bores the shit out of me. So yeah, Drew McIntyre, we all know, is the replacement for Christian, who was injured by CM Punk on Raw. We don't know why they wrote Christian off TV for the match, whether he is legitimately injured or they just didn't want him in the match. Who knows? Maybe he's pissing off people backstage. We don't know. And so for Team Teddy, you've got some randoms as well. There's Santino Marella for captain. I'm okay with, he is sort of a waste of airtime, but when he is on television, he is sort of entertaining and he is quite funny. But if I had to pick a person in that team that probably doesn't belong, it's the Great Khali. Yeah, he's the muscle for Team Teddy. They needed muscle. I understand that, but really, the Great Khali, I'd almost say they could have put like Ezekiel Jackson in there. That would make more sense to me than the Great Khali. I mean, the only thing Great Khali was good for was on Raw when he was dressed up as Zack Ryder. I think it was Raw. It might have been SmackDown. I can't remember. And he did the whole woo 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 you know it thing in Zack Ryder's gear. That was hilarious. But yeah, I spoke about Booker T. R-Truth is still quite funny with his character. I mean, he's still talking about Little Jimmy. He's got shirts with Little Jimmy on it. Just tiny little bit of me wants to get that shirt. But yeah, I'll pick a winner. And it's going to go with Team Laurinaitis just because I do not see them writing Laurinaitis off TV yet. And having him run both Raw and SmackDown creates a lot of tension between wrestlers and him. Like sort of what we had with CM Punk, we might have that with, I don't know, hypothetically, Randy Orton. Who knows? Okay, speaking of Randy Orton, the next match on the card is Randy Orton versus Kane. This match was sort of thrown together in the last couple of weeks. Obviously, it's a way to put both Kane and Randy Orton on the card because they didn't really have feuds leading into it. Kane had Cena, but we all knew Cena was facing The Rock, so we knew that was going to end. Randy Orton, to be honest, I haven't really been watching much of SmackDown lately, so Randy Orton, I don't even remember what he did. He was injured, then he came back for the Rumble, I think, and then went away again, then came back. Pick a winner, Randy Orton. Kane lost to Cena. You'd think Kane might win at WrestleMania, but I don't see Randy Orton losing WrestleMania, especially because it's not a title match. If it was a title match, maybe a bit different. Who knows? The IC title on the line, Cody Rhodes versus Big Show. Spoke about this a while ago. Quite simply, Big Show is going to win, in my view. Cody Rhodes is on the cusp of the main event. He's ready to reach that level. I think it's pretty certain that Big Show's going to win. Big Show hasn't won at a WrestleMania, and he needs the IC title to complete having pretty much all the titles in WWE. An elite group of people have done that, like Shawn Michaels, Triple H. The only difference is Big Show would also have the Hardcore title. I'm pretty sure Shawn Michaels and Triple H didn't have the Hardcore title. But they had all the main ones, the IC, the European, the tags, the WWE, the World. So, and Big Show already holds the distinction of being the only person to hold the ECW, the World, and the WWE titles. So, that's pretty cool. So yeah, Big Show to win. The World Heavyweight title match between Daniel Bryan and Sheamus, represented by my championship here. I honestly don't care about this match as much as I should. In fact, I'm almost picking this match to open the pay-per-view. Just like last year, how it opened the pay-per-view. Daniel Bryan to retain the championship, I'd say. Sheamus may have run the Rumble, but I don't see him taking the belt off Daniel Bryan yet. Maybe at Extreme Rules, I think, is the next pay-per-view. They might do a title change there, but you'll see why I chose Daniel Bryan later on. So I'll move on. You've got The Undertaker and Triple H in the Hell in a Cell match with Shawn Michaels as the referee. This is a hard match to pick, and it's been a hard match to pick for me for a while. I was just saying that I need to either go with my head or go with my gut. My head says that Taker will win, keep his streak, go to 20-0. But my gut says go with Triple H. I've been a Triple H fan since I started watching wrestling. And it's like when you go for your favourite sporting team. You may know that they're going to lose, but you stick with them. And I'm going to stick with Triple H and hope that a miracle happens and that he ends the streak. Because I think that's the only thing Taker sticks around in WWE for, is to play on his streak. If they take the streak away from him, maybe he'll do the right thing and retire, because I don't think his body can take much more. we all know wrestling, is entertainment or whatever, but Undertaker did not look well at last year's WrestleMania. So I'm picking Triple H. Will Shawn Michaels be a factor in the match? You know it. It's Shawn Michaels. He's always interrupting when he's refereeing. He's probably one of the worst special referees you could have. He likes to get involved. Whether he'll screw one of them, who knows? But if I was to pick someone he would screw, it would probably be Triple H, just for that swerve factor. People might think, oh yeah, Undertaker ended his career. But Shawn Michaels probably will screw Triple H to make sure that Triple H doesn't end the streak and thus proves he is better than Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels' ego will get in the way. That's my prediction. Alright, so top 2 main events. Although I don't think they'll go in this order. In fact, I think Triple H and Taker will be the second last match. You got WWE Championship match, CM Punk vs Jericho. Reason I told you to wait and see why I picked Daniel Bryan is because I'm going to pick the title change for this match. Jericho will win. Jericho's only hanging around lately, just sort of help out WWE. CM Punk needed a proper feud for WrestleMania. He'd gone through like Alberto Del Rio, The Miz, Dolph Ziggler. So what else did he have, really? So best in the world versus the best in the world, basically, and it will be the best wrestling match on the card, no doubt about it. But I will go with, like I said, I will go with Jericho. He will win and get the championship. I don't know how long he'll hold it for. He'll probably lose it the next pay-per-view because I don't think he's around for a long time. But it will take the title off Punk and sort of give a fresh new look on the championship because Punk's held it for a while. So, yeah, that's my prediction. Now we move on to the main event, the match that's been in build for over a year, pretty much. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I'm reading it on the website, and I refuse to keep calling him that. He's The Rock. He will always be The Rock. Versus John Cena. And this match has had boring moments built into it, and I'm still yet to watch like fully the tag match they had with R-Truth and The Miz at Survivor Series. But from what I've heard, The Rock was awesome in the match, and he outshined Cena. So that's partly why I'm going to still pick Cena to win. Also, Cena's had some intense promos lately. He's sort of outshined The Rock promo-wise. So if you think of it that way, it could go either way. There wasn't really a last word between the two. Like, I have a theory, whoever gets the last word generally loses the match, at the pay-per-view. But there was no last word. They sort of had a mutual understanding and they left. But yeah, I'm going to pick Cena. That's me going with my head, not my gut this time. So, yeah, whether it will be match of the night, doubtful. Like I said, I'm picking Jericho and Punk to be match of the night, closely followed by Triple H and Taker. Just because it's a Hell in a Cell, you mark out every time it's a Hell in a Cell. It doesn't matter who's in it. So, yeah, that's the WrestleMania card from what I'm reading. And hold on, there's also I think it's a triple threat tag match that's supposed to be on before the actual pay-per-view. That will probably be a bonus on the DVD. If I remember correctly, it was the Usos, the tag champs, Primo and Epico. And I can't remember the other team, but I'm not going to worry about it. Tag team division, in my view, is probably in need of a boost. It's pretty ridiculous at the moment. I don't care that Epico and Primo are tag champs. I really don't. So yeah, I'm glad that match is not on the card. But in the same token, it's good that the tag titles are being defended at a pay-per-view for once. So yeah, so that's WrestleMania. I will probably do a review show after the pay-per-view to talk about the winners and whether I was right or I was wrong. Like I said, I'm probably going to do a lot more wrestling-related videos than videos about my life, because wrestling's so much more interesting. So I'll leave you guys to it. Hope you guys enjoy WrestleMania. For the Australian viewers, it's at 9 AM tomorrow. For your American viewers, check your local subscribers. Sorry, and yeah, I'll catch you next week. Have a good one, guys.